friends, it's Julie with Butterfly Papers, and today I have emptied out my two shelves out of my closet that have my books, and my goodness, I could fit a lot of books in that closet. It's a deep shelf, two deep shelves. They're very strong. This table, however, I'm testing its limits, obviously. So what I'm going to do today is going to continue the use it or lose it method, and I'm doing the book edition because somewhere along the line, I thought I'm going to make a journal out of all of these things, or they have elements in them that I want to make things out of. And I don't think I'm going to be using them all. If I really am honest with myself, I don't love every one of these. So what I'm going to do is decide which ones to make things out of, maybe which ones will put in my vendor booth. Some of them maybe I'll donate or give away. So that is the process that we're going to do today. And there's some criteria, and I'll show you as I go. This one right off the bat is just gorgeous, this Loom of Life. And I did look this one up last night, and there are some people who do look for this book. It does have this split in the cover, but otherwise it is in really good shape. So I think I'm just going to take this and put it in my booth just for like $5. And if it doesn't sell, then I will use it to make a journal out of it. But it's so gorgeous as is. I think it would be really nice decoration. It is a little dirty though. That's why I thought, you know, it has some flaws, but we'll see. This one, oh, this owl, I got it from my, our library has an annual book sale, and I like to go on the clearance time. And I am sorry if the camera shakes a little bit. I notice that it shakes sometimes when I move the table. And I'm going to have to figure out how to not have that happen, so if you could bear with me. Now, one thing that I'm going to do here is to use Google Lens to figure out these books. So if you haven't used Google Lens before, I use this often. And I don't know if anything will come up with this owl book. Maybe we'll show it that we can move the borders. See if it will get a match. 3 stuffed owls. What is this called? 3 stuffed owls. It is. Okay, it says, image shows the cover. It's the 4th book in a detective agency series. And then it shows you Abe Books as one for $39. Ooh, okay. So I actually shouldn't, then I'm not going to cut this one up right now, because maybe somebody is actually looking for this, and it's a beautiful book. It's in still good shape. When I was at the book sale, what I did was I think you got it by the box, like $5 for a box of books. So I would take all of the books that were hardcover that were older, or the Reader's Digest books, or things, or something pretty. I love Margaret Henry books. I grew up reading them. This is in rough condition, and there are so many of these out here. Look at these beautiful illustrations. Oh, I just love these books. This one was 1948. So, but with it having missing this, there are a lot of these books out here. And look, somebody has already torn out a page. This one is going to be junk journal fodder. Maybe I will make a book just out of the King of the Wind theme, like I did for some other storybooks, because right now it's not a collectible edition. There's lots of issues with it, and it will make a beautiful journal. I don't know why I picked this book. Let's see what Google Lens says about it. Probably because it was a hardcover, and gold and silver. Oh wait, somebody's selling it for $76? Somebody 130? Ooh, but okay, don't get too excited, because that's what they're asking for. It's not actually what it's selling for, correct? Copyright 71. What is my copyright? 71. So that's what they're asking for, but it doesn't mean that's what it's going to sell for. So this one I'm going to put in the pile of to sell on eBay. Oh, this one. I love Marie Engelbreit. I don't know about you, but ever since I was younger and I found her, I just loved her stuff. So let me see if we can get the whole book in here so they can see it's a book. Amazon, Etsy, doesn't give a price. Let's just see what Amazon sells them for. I'm not thinking it's going to be very much. Sometimes it's just too common. Oh, $15 for the hardcover. Okay, so what kind of condition is this in? Oh, this has already been used. Maybe that's why I got this one, because somebody had already started to craft. Okay, so this one cannot be sold because it's not complete. So I'm going to have to make a journal out of it. Maybe we'll make a nice Christmas journal out of it. That's probably why I got that one. This one I got specifically to make a journal, and I just want to make sure that it's not a valuable one. Now, why am I checking Google Lens for this? Is first of all, like that last one that they said goes for $76. I wanted to see if any of them were valuable or desired. This one is going for about $20 on eBay. There's a lot of them out there. And because I don't want to tear up a book that somebody is looking for, and if it's rare. There are so many books out there. There are so many made every year. They are actually destroyed by the library, the old stuff. There's lots of books that are destroyed that we don't know about. And I actually had the library save some for me that they were going to just destroy. And those are good ones to use. And I know some people are going to have a hard time with the thought of books being cut up. But books are not sacred objects. Maybe, the Bible or some books that you may hold in high esteem. But a regular book, they have made multiple copies of them, except for maybe some really old stuff. And maybe there's some error editions or something like that. But the books are not meant to last for. There are so many out there that I think part of the charm of junk journaling is that we can take the ones that are not wanted and make something beautiful out of it. It's like redemption, isn't it? Okay, so this one I am going to do some research about. I do this also with any ephemera, because I do sell ephemera, and I want to make my money back with selling the stuff that is valuable. This I got at where did I get this? Thrift store. They have these old places where you can put your photos in. 15, 11, 58. That's all over the place. There's tons of them. This one is not very valuable. Although I did use some of these pages from a different one. They're not as easy to use in a junk journal as you think. So I actually am going to put this in my booth because I don't really want to work with this. I would encourage you to do the same. And how long does it take to do Google Lens? Just seconds. Here I'm doing the back because it doesn't have anything on the front. Irving Adventure of Bonneville. These editions, the university editions, are not rare. So because they made multiple things. I don't know if anybody remembers the day of encyclopedia salesmen, but there was also classic book collections. So this one is a good candidate for junk journaling. I will, because it's in such good shape, I'm going to put it in my booth first to see if anybody... Oh, actually it's not. It has water ripples. So I don't like to sell books that have some water issues because there is a potential for mold in the spine, and that when I take it apart I'll know more. But yeah, that's probably why, because it has been damaged. I did already harvest some from Moliere, and I did look this up before, but you want to look for some of these books that have different languages because they make lovely elements in your pages. And look at this. I might scan in some of these pages with the writing in it to save that and make it printable. But it was already falling apart and taped soft cover. So this one is junk journal. Okay, so I'm going to continue to go through this. If I find something interesting, I will let you know. But in the meantime, I'm just going to continue figuring out what I'm going to keep and what I'm going to do with them. And then I will share with you at the end what is going to happen, what I have for piles. So you want to be a witness. Somebody thinks it's worth 175 and somebody thinks it's worth 20. So isn't that funny? And there's $15. So there's some outliers, 65. So I'll have to look that one up. But okay, so I'm going to continue with this and I will see you when I'm done. Okay, I'm going to go through what I did from the most valuable to the least, which would be the junk journal fodder. This one to me is the most valuable because it's supposed to be on my bookshelf. I'm keeping this one. This is mine. Okay, second pile of books. These are what may be valuable enough and for my time to list on eBay. They have to be worth at least $20 and not have like 100 copies out there for me to take the time to take pictures and list them and have room on my shelf because I don't have a lot of room. So I have 26 in that category, which is, if I average $20 a book, that's a good amount. So this third set of books are ones that I'm going to put in my booth because they're worth a little bit. People might be looking for them. When you have things in a booth, they need to be physically attractive because maybe they want to decorate with them or something, because I think these two are great decoration. Here's a couple journals that are brand new, things like that, birds. So these will go in the booth. I don't really put more than $5 a book. There are 12 of those going to the booth probably this week. Okay, changed my mind. I have a few more for the booth, and that's these Reader's Digest books. And that's because, as I mentioned before, sometimes these, it's my dog, these bindings get fragile. They aren't made with the best materials, but people right now are looking for them for decorating. There was a time when you couldn't get rid of these things, when people just had to throw them away. So I have 4, 5, 6 more to go to the booth. Finally, these are the ones that I'm keeping for junk journaling. It is such a smaller pile. And let's see how many we have. Okay, so there's 46 of them plus. I found one more of these. 7 now going to the booth. And I have about 5 of these that have already been taken apart, so those just book pages. So that is significantly less. I'll put on the screen how many I had total in the beginning because right now I have all these numbers and I don't remember them all. So there you go. That's the result of going through my books. And I feel this is so much more manageable. Everything here is either, I know that it's either not valuable or it's too damaged for anything else. And they'll be great, make great use for journals. So I'm going to be using these all up in the coming months because I'm trying to do this through the end of the year. We're using up what I have. And I'm going to try not to buy any more. So, and that's my done. And Ranger says hi to everybody. Here he is. I don't know if you can see him, but he loves sniffing books. Right? Say hi, Ranger. All right. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next page. Goodbye.